Hello, everybody. So I am going live using Microsoft Edge instead of Google Chrome because Google Chrome is being so goofy and weird. It didn't want me to be able to use my microphone, and like I have the nice microphone. I want my sound to be good. Um, so hello. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I had therapy, which was great. Therapy was awesome. Um, And now I am just double checking that I'm live. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Anyway, hello. I wanted to hop on today to talk a little bit about this event that I have coming up called Housework, Hygiene, and Hobbies. It is all about exactly what it sounds like. It's how to be more productive when it comes to housework, hygiene, and hobbies. I feel like these are the main areas that a lot of ADHDers tend to struggle with, where it's like, household stuff, so like laundry, dishes, cooking, all of that. Hygiene stuff like taking a shower or brushing your teeth or changing your clothes or that kind of thing. And then hobbies, so like reading a book, playing a video game, having fun, right? Relaxing. A lot of ADHDers really struggle to relax, myself totally included, by the way. I had to like force myself to take a nap earlier because I was like, you are so tired. You need to sleep. You're like not going to be useful or productive in any capacity right now. You need to go rest. So I did. I'm really proud of myself, but it was hard. It was hard. Um, so this event is completely free, by the way, totally free. It's totally virtual as well, so you don't have to worry about coming to anything live. I guess you can come live, but not like in person. Um, but it's free, it's virtual, it's June 16th, 17th, and 18th. Let's see. What else? Let me know if you're in the chat, by the way. If you're watching, let me know where you're tuning in from and if you have any questions. I would love to hear about it. But yeah, so I have this free event. It's really my hope is that you'll get a lot out of it, that it'll teach you a lot about how to cope with these things, but also the hope is that it'll give you like a taste of my teaching style and what I am like as a life coach, because I am opening a whole new round of the Get Shit Done program, which I am so excited for. So I'm currently running an April through September round, but I am also starting a July through December round. Um, which I am just like, sorry, there's like a hair in my glasses somewhere. Where are you? I feel you. Anyway, I'm so excited for it. The Get Shit Done program, if you don't know, is a 6-month-long productivity program that specifically focuses on executive dysfunction and how autistic folks, ADHDers, and auDHDers can be more productive on their own terms in their own way. This is not your typical productivity program, right? This is not your typical productivity program. We talk about setting goals and we talk about externalizing your motivation and all of that, but we also talk about systems of oppression and we also talk about how to relax and self-love. So it's a very unique program, I think. I don't know of very many productivity programs that talk about white supremacy, for example. But mine does. We do. And I think it's really, really helpful because, and I have a YouTube video coming out next week, hopefully, about this. I filmed it earlier, but I was feeling a little out of it, to be honest. And so I'm thinking I might refilm it because it was just like short and not exactly what I wanted it to be. So, but I want to have a video come out soon about like the connection between capitalism and oppression of all kinds and productivity, and how we can't solely blame our ADHD for our productivity struggles. Not that ADHD isn't real, it totally is, and totally affects our ability to be productive for sure. But so does capitalism. So does patriarchy, so does ableism, so does all of that bullshit, right? And so I feel like it's very disingenuous and very irresponsible to have a productivity program that doesn't address the societal barriers to productivity, right? I think it's really, really wrong for these productivity coaches to make money off of you, telling you you can fix the problem when like there are bigger problems that maybe you can't fix. And so like with my program, I don't promise that you're going to be able to just be this like perfect little productivity machine. I would never promise you that because I can't make capitalism go away, you know? But what I can promise is that you're going to like yourself more. Your relationship to productivity is going to be different. It's going to be better. It's going to be healthier. You're going to beat yourself up less. You know, that is what I really work on in this program with you guys. Um, the Get Shit Done program starts June 30th, so the very end of June. That's our first call. We have calls on Mondays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. My hope is that the evening time will work out better for some people who maybe couldn't join the first round of the program back in April because of like timing issues. So my hope is that the evening time will work a little better for folks. I know that'll be really late for people like in Europe, so that might not be best for you all. Ooh, sorry. I did not get a lot of sleep last night, and I'm a girly who needs her sleep. I do not function without sleep like at all. Um but anyway, so if the Get Shit Done program sounds interesting to you, I can drop that link. Give me just a minute. You can check it out. You can talk it over with whoever you make financial decisions with. So there's that in the chat. And then also, if you're like, okay, the Get Shit Done program looks good, but I would like an example of the way that you teach and the way that you coach and stuff like that, come to the Housework, Hygiene, and Hobbies event. There's that link in the chat as well. That's a really good example of, you know, my teaching style, my coaching style, and like what I prioritize and whatnot. So I'm just opening up my live. I just want to make sure I'm not like missing comments. I don't think I am. I see that there's people watching, but I don't see anything in the chat, which is fine. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything. But if you're watching, feel free to say hello. I don't bite. Let's see. What else do we want to talk about? So yeah, the Housework, Hygiene, and Hobbies event is free. It's virtual. There are prizes. One lucky winner every single day who comes live will win a prize, and one lucky winner who watches the replay will win a prize as well. What was I going to say? Lost my train of thought. Oh, the reason I do the live prize and the replay prize is because I don't want people who can't come live to like not have a chance to win. That feels really silly. So, hi Rose. Hello. It's good to see you. I'm just talking about the Housework, Hygiene, and Hobbies event that I have coming up. It's June 16th, 17th, and 18th at 10 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, I don't know if I know a whole lot else, to be honest. The Get Shit Done program, I'm hosting a July through December round. So we're still doing the April through September round of the program, but I'm adding a July through December round, which I'm very excited about. We already have our first member who has joined. She's the super early bird. She knew she wanted to join. She just couldn't do it last time, and now she can. If you are one of those people who couldn't join last time, check out the Get Shit Done program page again. See if this timing works better for you, because we're meeting Mondays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. And the Get Shit Done program comes with 2 coaching calls every single week for 6 months. That is 52 calls. It's a lot of calls. You don't have to come to all of them live, okay? But there are replays. So if you're like, I just can't get to that many calls, that's bananas, that's fine. You can always watch the replays, and we have a Discord, so you can watch the replays, and then like if you have questions, you can always drop them in there. Let's see. What else? The 2 coaching calls, there's the group coaching call on Mondays, which is just you get to come and ask your questions. You can vent. Everybody kind of gets to talk to each other. I can provide as much advice as I can. And then on Thursdays is skills calls. This is where I teach, where you can learn all of the stuff that I have been like learning and researching over the years, all the stuff that's in my book, all of that good stuff. So ooh, is the RADs are accurate. I scored high on the test, but my psychiatrist doesn't think I have autism. He thinks I'm faking it. interesting. So the RADS-R is one assessment among many, right? So one test cannot definitively say like you are this thing, right? But it is a good indication, right? And it should be taken seriously. So what's interesting is I don't love that your psychiatrist thinks you're faking. Now, if your psychiatrist just disagrees and doesn't think you're autistic, that's one thing. But if they're like, no, you're faking it, I would look for a different psychiatrist, because that's not a healthy therapeutic relationship. That's not a healthy doctor-patient relationship, one in which the doctor doesn't trust you. You're the primary source. They need to trust you. There's no other way for them to know what's going on inside your head. They have to trust you. And if they don't, they're not, at least for me, it would be really hard for me to work with that person. Now, I understand not all of us have a lot of options when it comes to psychiatrists. I get that. So if you're stuck with this person, you're stuck with this person. Just remember that self-diagnosis is totally valid and fair. And yeah. Does that make sense, you? Let me know. But yeah, I would not be able to work with someone who thought I was faking. Like, that would freak me out. It has freaked me out. That has happened in the past. I have believed people who are like, no, you're just faking. And I was like, okay. Like, now I realize how fucked up that relationship was, to be honest. Like, for someone to say that to my face was pretty rude. But yeah. I don't know a whole lot else, to be honest, you guys. I want to stay on for a little bit. Like, maybe if we could get, it's only 12:30. I don't know if I'm going to stay on until 1, to be honest. I've only been on for 12 minutes, but I've been going live on TikTok a lot recently. If you don't follow me on TikTok, go follow me over there. My handle is at megmoxie, MEGMOXIE. I would love to hang out with you guys over there. I haven't created any videos today yet. I'm a little behind. I was very, very tired. So, oh, hey chat, hey Slores. I found your channel. It's been quite helpful. I'm so glad. Hooray. I'm so glad. That makes me really happy. I'm glad I've been able to be helpful. Yeah, I will say, if you guys want me to stay on, we got to start asking some questions in the chat, because my brain is like a little soupy. I'm not going to lie. This is my to-do list for the day. It's not too bad. It's not too long, but actually go live on YouTube. That's one of those things. I can cross that bad boy off. Go live on YouTube. Therapy. I did that. Look at that. Okay. So I'm upset. I think I need to refilm a video, which is so annoying. It is the best feeling, seriously. But I filmed a YouTube video earlier today, but literally the entire video was like 10 minutes and I like messed up a lot. So once I edit it down, it's probably going to be like 4 minutes long. And that's just like not the vibe. I want this to be a pretty comprehensive video about the relationship between ADHD and capitalism. And how like capitalism makes it more difficult for everyone to have executive functioning skills, let alone like especially ADHDers, where we already struggle with executive functioning skills. So I want to make that video better, because I feel like when I filmed it before, it just like wasn't very good. And I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I think instead, a part of me is like, should I just edit it first and see if it sucks? And I'm like, no, because then I'm going to waste all that time editing when I know it sucks. So like, I might as well just refilm it, you know? Hey, Name Twin. Hello. So exciting to see you. Always love to see another Megan. Oh my gosh. Welcome, welcome. Oh, thank you. They're pear eyewear, so I can put like little colorful things on the top, which is really nice. Interesting. I'm such a sitting duck for the impulsive purchasing. It's something I struggle to work on. A dopamine hit. Impulsive purchasing. Did I say something about that? I'm so bad at going live, you guys. I like go into like a dissociative state and I just say stuff. But no, I totally get that, Slores. Totally get it. I also struggle with impulsive spending sometimes. So I get it. Do not buy the Get Shit Done program impulsively. Please take your time, think about it, talk to other people about it. But if you want to join us, you should. It's really great. that's how I feel about it. It's a really good price. Payment plans are available, but also I don't encourage people to buy it impulsively. What are your thoughts on trauma mimicking the symptoms of ADHD and autism? I think it totally can, Fela. It totally can. But in my experience, trauma symptoms show up mostly or like more dominantly when you are stressed, when the trauma is repeating itself in some way, when reminders of the trauma come up, when you are triggered, when you are dysregulated. When you're regulated, the trauma is less evident, you know? ADHD and autism, evident all the time. Like they're there whether you're regulated or dysregulated. They can be different. And like, yeah, when you're dysregulated, certain things about your autism or ADHD might be more prominent. But I guess to me, in my experience, my trauma shows up when I'm dysregulated. My ADHD shows up whether I'm regulated or not. It doesn't care. Oh, capitalism. That's how it relates, Lors. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, no, we talk about the relationship between ADHD and capitalism in the Get Shit Done program too, which is really cool. Actually, I like we had our first call that was specifically about like systemic oppression and capitalism and how it relates to productivity. And I got like the Zoom version of a standing ovation. Like people used the little clappy emoji and somebody put claps like in the chat and stuff, which was very, very sweet. So I know what I'm talking about. I know my stuff and I want the video to like be evidence of that instead of like feeling not good enough. So yeah. Nana, is Fela your Nana, Slurs? I'm so confused. My therapist just told me about this week. Told you about like the trauma mimicking autism and ADHD. It totally can. That's why some therapists are hesitant to diagnose autism and ADHD, but personally, I think it's better to err on the side of like, well, let's just assume you have it. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen? Let's just assume you're autistic and start making accommodations as such, and just see what happens. Like, what is the harm there? To me, I don't understand. Oh, Fela Nana is her name. Gotcha. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I am woof. I'm a little out of it. Yes, it makes sense. He also believes there's no such thing as inattentive type ADHD. Well, that's just incorrect. Most psychiatrists in India seem to think this way, so I feel like there's nothing I can do. I'm so sorry, you. That is really, really frustrating. Ooh, what do you think about the anti-psychiatry movement, like the ideas of Foucault and Guattari? I don't know about Guattari. I know a little bit about Foucault. I really recommend this book, Mad World: The Politics of Mental Health by Micah Fraser Carroll. Highly recommend this book. This is so good. It talks about the anti-psychiatry movement. It talks about asylums. It talks about capitalism, anti-trans movements. It literally is so good. I'm only like a third of the way through it and I'm still just like obsessed. I'm obsessed. Actually, when I'm done with this live, instead of doing all the bullshit on my to-do list, I might just take this to like a park and just read, because I have been meaning to read for a while and I keep putting it off as if there's like a right time and whatever. You'll get it. I'll watch it when you decide it's ready. Yeah, thank you. I will get it. Not good at tagging people in the chat. Oh, no, you're fine. I think I just read it wrong. I am thinking I am neurodivergent, but my therapist is interested in exploring trauma. I am a big proponent of this society we're in right now does not produce untraumatized neurodivergent people, or very rarely produces non-traumatized neurodivergent people. So if you're neurodivergent, you probably also have trauma, but that doesn't mean you're not also like autistic and ADHD, which, by the way, neurodivergence includes so much more than just autism and ADHD. Let's just be clear about that. Like, it includes personality disorders and psychotic disorders and tic disorders and Alzheimer's and epilepsy. Like, it includes a lot. So let's just be like clear on that. Ooh, and vitamin levels. And vitamins can make a big difference, especially if you're in the US where like our food is like not always the best. And all of that stuff. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I love your insight and perspective. Thank you, Fela. Thank you. The whole is it CPTSD or ADHD thing is very relevant to me, but I don't really want to get official testing because of looks around and gestures broadly. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. The book is called Mad World, The Politics of Mental Health by Micah Fraser Carroll. So I'll just leave that up there for a minute. I notice you beating yourself up during this. Being live on YouTube is probably stressful and a lot to manage, and I like it when you are just truly being yourself. Okay, thank you. I am beating myself up a bit because I just got out of therapy, and so I'm feeling a little raw, and I'm feeling I guess I'm feeling like sometimes okay, here's what I'm noticing. Sometimes I show up to lives and I am just on, and I am just like my mind is going a million miles a minute. My mouth is keeping up and I am just spitting straight facts. And I love when I'm like that. That makes me so happy. I enjoy being that person. And I don't feel that I'm her right now. I feel like a much more muddled version of myself, probably because I didn't get much sleep, probably because I just got out of therapy, probably for a lot of reasons, right? I just don't like that version of myself as much. I like the version of myself who's hyper productive, and that's on capitalism. um so yeah, I hear you. I need to take that in and like it's okay to be a little messy. It's okay to mess up. It's okay to be like human. It's fine. It's so fine. Yeah, OMG, I feel that sometimes too, having been a presenter and teacher. Yeah, like, man, when I was teaching, I taught college English for a little while as like a TA, but I was the main teacher. I never felt like I was doing a good job at that. I don't think I was a great teacher, to be honest, for like college English, especially in person. And I was much younger, and I don't know. But like this stuff, I'm super confident about teaching about this stuff. I love it, which is why I get so frustrated when I get flustered because it's like, I know my stuff. Why do I sound like a fool? you know? It drives me nuts. That's so real. Yeah, I don't like robots. Please stay human. Yeah. Thanks. Adding that to my to read list. May I ask thoughts on ADHD influencer Tracy Otsuka? Reading a book of hers at the moment and feeling so about it. She's the smartass woman with ADHD, right? Is that her? Post therapy me is not my best me often. I know that feeling. Yeah. Hi there. The fog, confusion, and headaches are so real for me now. Oh, Richard, I'm so sorry. It's so hard when your brain is just like mushy. Yes, sleep deprived. I'm definitely sleep deprived, Rose. That's what it is. I was up and I'm not even that sleep deprived. I still got like 6 hours of sleep, which is plenty for people like my husband, but for me, I usually get like 9 hours of sleep. So like that's not enough. like at all. um okay, yes, slurs. So I have not listened to her podcast or read her book, mostly because love I don't love separating out like smart ADHDers. Not that I think it's unhelpful to talk about giftedness in ADHD, because I do think the twice exceptional nature of that can create a different scenario than someone who has like, I don't want to even say like average intelligence, but like doesn't have, I don't know. Talking about intelligence is tricky, and I don't know that she does it with enough nuance for me. Does that make sense? Like, I am not the best at talking about intelligence either, but that's why I don't do it. But for her to write a book and have a podcast called Smartass Women with ADHD, and I know smartass is not the same as like smart, but like it feels like we're better. and like I could be so wrong. And also, I don't begrudge disabled people who want to have pride. I don't begrudge that at all. I just don't love the separation of like, well, I'm a smartass. I'm quirky. I'm like better. and like I don't know that that's her vibe at all. Like I said, I haven't listened to the podcast. I haven't read the book, so I don't know. but the name of it alone kind of gave me a little like pause, I guess. So, um, yeah, I feel like I need 20 hours of sleep a day, fatigue all the time, you know? Yeah, Richard, I went through a period like that. Especially like sometimes I'll go through like weekends like that where I literally sleep 40 out of the 72 hours and it's like not good. It's really bad, but that hasn't happened in a while. That hasn't happened in almost a year. Which is good. I went to the doctor after that. I was like, what is wrong with me? They didn't know. They never know. But yeah, I'm sorry you're going through that. I've learned that almost always there isn't just one cause of something. It's almost always like sleep deprived and ADHD and it's cloudy and I woke up late and the world, etc. It is cloudy, which sucks. And the world also sucks. Yeah, I felt a little othered as I'm struggling currently and not finding my symptoms to be superpowers. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. I think that put my finger on it well. I need a little more nuance. It's a little too part of the toxic self-help industry for my liking. Not like other girls vibe. That's the vibe. Not like other girls. I am an amalgamation of every cool girl I've ever met. Right? That's me. I have taken pieces from all the really cool girls and put them into me. So I'm exactly like other girls, you know? Um and it can feel a little not Aspie supremacy because it's ADHD, but like just intelligence supremacy bullshit, which I don't like. So yeah, I don't want to be romanticized when I feel broken. Yeah, and it might just be that she's like not for us, and that's okay. Like there are lots of people who do view their ADHD as a superpower, and for those people, that's great for you. I just don't like when they try to project that narrative onto me. Like I don't view my ADHD can be a superpower at times, but like if we're looking at my whole life, it's much more of a nuisance. Or not even a nuisance, it's just a difference. It's not good or bad a lot of the time, it just is. So, I don't know. I don't want you guys to feel broken, and I don't want you to have to stay in that spot because you're not. But I also don't think swinging to the other end of saying I'm actually better than everybody is like the goal, you know? I've been trying to think about things like radical acceptance of my symptoms. It's hard. I don't know if I'm getting anywhere, but it helps me see symptoms as like neutral and bad and good. Yes, radical acceptance will change your life. I've heard other people talk about their ADHD like their head is full of bees. I don't know if anyone can relate with this. My head feels like it's a head full of bees in a fog. It sounds, excuse me, Richard, like you are going through a lot of fatigue and a lot of brain fog. And I wonder if that's temporary or if that's all the time, you know? Um, Oh yeah, Megan says, "Hell yeah." Yeah, me, I don't feel like there's a fog usually. Right now, I feel like there's a fog, and I think it speaks more to my dissociative symptoms. Like I recently got diagnosed with a dissociative disorder and like I do dissociate a lot and I can just like feel that tension in my head right now of like the different parts of me trying to like duke it out and I just wish one of them would take charge and like be done with it, but it's irritating. No, Megan, I don't know that scene from Malcolm in the Middle. I watched a good amount of that show, but I don't know that I remember that. Rose says, "Yeah, the superpower thing excludes people who don't feel that way." Yeah. I really appreciate you narrating that. Yeah. Yeah, just like realizing that I have like semi-distinct selves in my head is like interesting. Um and I'm just like working on I don't know. I feel odd. I've felt odd all day. It's really frustrating. I think it's the sleep deprivation, but I also think the sleep deprivation is making me like kind of switchy, which kind of means like the different parts of me are like cycling who's in charge. And I just I don't know. I'm feeling a little out of it. Just learned about parts theory, life kit episode from NPR. Yeah, parts or internal family systems like IFS is awesome. I'm a big fan. I made a TikTok recently about like the difference between like regular parts work when you don't have a dissociative disorder versus like having a dissociative disorder and like the differences. And the way I like tried to describe it, and a lot of people in the comments related, which was kind of cool, was like when you are doing parts work and you don't have a dissociative disorder, your brain is like a house where all the doors are open. So all those parts you're identifying can go and visit the other parts, and they're all very aware of each other. They all communicate. They're all like family. They're all related, you know? When you have OSDD, which is what I have, which is other specified dissociative disorder, it's like you live in a house, but some of the doors are locked. Some of the doors you don't even know are there. They're like those secret bookshelf doors, right? Um, and all those parts you're identifying are like more like roommates. They're maybe not family. They maybe don't know each other as well, right? Then you have DID, which is dissociative identity disorder, which is much more like I realized I watched this TikTok already because I watch all of your content. That's funny, Megan. DID is more like having a whole cul-de-sac where each house is its own individual identity and they're all related by proximity, aka they share the body, you know? And sometimes they can come and go, especially with the help of therapy, but they're all very distinct and separate, you know? Does that make sense? That's my understanding of dissociative disorders anyway. It's always evolving. I'm still learning. So if this doesn't sit with you and you have a dissociative disorder, please know I'm not trying to tell you how to feel or how to conceptualize your brain, but that's how I'm conceptualizing mine is like, okay, it's a house. Right now there are some locked fucking doors. Like I can feel them locked. And I'm like, could we just like talk to each other, please? And everybody else who's locked out is just like running around. And I'm like, could we just chill for a second? And it like, yeah. Yup. So that's on life with a dissociative disorder when you also have ADHD. I'm totally going to dive into this parts thing now. Interesting concept that I want to learn more about. Yeah, parts work is so helpful. It really is. We love parts work. It helps make sense of the times that you feel torn and makes sense of sometimes the thoughts or behaviors that don't match your actual desires and stuff like that, which is, I think, very helpful. Okay. Well, I'm going to drop some links again real quick. So this is the Housework, Hygiene, and Hobbies event that's coming up June 16th, 17th, and 18th. And then this is the Get Shit Done program, which is my 6-month productivity program specifically for autistic, ADHD, and auDHD people. So something I experienced and have never been able to put into words before, learning new things. Yeah, welcome, Slores. Welcome to the Chaos Show. But yeah, the Get Shit Done program is a 6-month productivity program. The Housework, Hygiene, and Hobbies event, which is that first link, is a free event that I'm hosting. Please feel free to come to that. I think that'll be really great. I've run it a couple times before. People usually get a lot out of it. There will be prizes, which is very exciting. Does anybody else have any questions? We can do some like rapid fire questions here at the end because, to be honest, I'm like running out of steam. I looked up the Malcolm in the Middle clip and I misremembered it. Happens to the best of us. But yeah, if you guys have like rapid fire questions, hit me with them because otherwise I think I'm going to wrap things up. I'm just feeling very tired. I want to read my book, but I might just take a nap again. Napping is okay. It's funny because you asked what's your favorite way to reset. I had a Zoom interview, so my reset was watching this. I usually reset either by watching a coaching call because I'm in a lot of like coaching containers, or taking a nap. Like sleep is a huge reset for me. For anyone on ADHD meds, does it affect autism functioning? I have heard from lots of people that when they take their ADHD meds, their autism traits become much more apparent. For me, this hasn't been an issue, but I have heard it from others. So, very nice to chat. Hope you get some time to decompress. Thank you. Love that. Yeah. I have to go to the store and be an adult now. No problem. Bye, Slores. It was good to meet you. Good to see you. I don't know if you've been here before or not. I can't remember, but either way, it was nice to chat. you have a great weekend and that you get some rest and maybe a nap. Yeah. No, I'm going to my local Pride festival this weekend. I got my nails done for it and everything, but I have a 1920s typewriter, and I bring my typewriter to festivals and I write poems for people on the spot. So I'm bringing my typewriter to Pride and I'm going to write some poems for people and hopefully just help everyone feel really affirmed and good about themselves. So I'm really excited. Wait, hell yeah. That's the coolest. It is the coolest. I love being able to do that. I just do it for like donations and stuff, and it's a really good time. I have a very good time writing poems for people. It's a good use of my master's degree in poetry. Oh boy. Just keeping it real. When I started ADHD meds, that's when I realized I'm also autistic. Traits were way more prevalent and also caused me to have a major meltdown so bad they thought I was bipolar. Yeah. Also, RE typewriter, watch the after party on Apple TV if you have it. Okay. Okay. I don't have Apple TV, but I think I know some people who do who might give me their login. Okay. All right, folks. I need to go lay down. My brain is mush. Okay. Bye, everybody.